What's up, guys? We're checking out the Kana mouse from SteelSeries. Now, the Kana mouse is sort of in between the Kinzu and the Sensei from SteelSeries. And where does that put it in the market? Well, it doesn't quite have as many buttons as the Sensei, but it's got a little bit more to offer than the Kinzu. Now, if you'll notice out there in the gaming mouse world, there's so many different mouses, and a lot of them are just extremely complicated. They wanted something that was, simple, affordable, but still a gaming grade mouse for people who don't need a million buttons. There's one button on each side, and it's an XL button. So as you can see here, got the nice large button on one side, nice large button on the other. And that's also, I found that's really handy when I'm playing my games, because a lot of times, especially if you're playing an FPS and you want to hit the button for a grenade or hit the button to change costumes in Team Fortress and it's mapped to one of these, sometimes you end up hitting the wrong button if there's too many buttons over on the side. Or if you have an MMO mouse with 40 buttons, that can get really ridiculous. So having the one XL button on each side, it's kind of nice. Of course, you have the standard left and right click button. The button just below the scroll wheel, that button there will change your CPI. And then, of course, you do have the scroll wheel. It's got a nice, satisfying scroll feel to it. If you depress it, that will be another click. So, very, very simple mouse. Let's talk about the specs of the mouse. Now, as you can see, this one here is white, and it's got a very glossy plastic external shell. The mouse can handle 3,600 frames per second. That red glow there, that's from the tournament-grade optical sensor, and that's capable of 3,200 counts per inch. The acceleration on this thing, the maximum acceleration is 30 G. That means you're going to have to move this thing 130 inches every second. That's what it can handle. Can you imagine that? What kind of a game of Quake Live that would be if you're like moving at 100. Can you think it's even possible to move a mouse 130 inches in a second?
Air cannon.
An air cannon? We should try this, but not right now. The size of the mouse. Let's talk about that, because this mouse is very lightweight. It's just about the right size, sort of a medium-sized mouse. And to be exact, the height is 37 millimeters, the width is 64 millimeters, and the length is 124 millimeters. And inches, for all the Duplos out there, that's 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches by 4.9 inches. And the lift on the bottom is a little bit less than 2 millimeters. One other thing that's nice, the bottom here, these feet, they do come off, so if you wanted to replace them, you can do that. This will probably last a while, though. Nice glide to it. This is really lightweight. It's really, really, really lightweight. All quality parts here. Clicks feel substantial. The cord here, double braided all the way down. So that's nice. It is 72 grams, which is 0.16 pounds. Let's check out the software. SteelSeries does not package software with the mouse. It uses the SteelSeries engine, which works with a lot of the different mouses that they already have. So let's take a look at the software, shall we? Alright, this is the SteelSeries engine. I'm not sure if this Diablo 3 skin is here because I plugged in the Diablo 3 mouse as well, or if it's here because Diablo 3 is coming out soon, but I'll take it because it's pretty cool. Here's where you can set up your profiles. You can create new profiles, and each different profile will store an entire set of configs and macros. Now here's all your different buttons. You can change each one individually simply by clicking on it. It brings up some options down here. You can change the key color, text color, key font. You can set it up to do a macro, and when you're recording your macros, you can also record the delays, which is important sometimes for your MMOs and things like that. You can set it up to launch an application. You can also disable the key sometimes on the side. Some people do accidentally bump these keys, and if you don't want that to happen, you can just disable the key. Moving on over, here's the settings. So you can change your CPI here. It goes 4, 8, 16, 32. Now below that you can change the LED intensity. So I say I want 800 and then 32. LED intensity at 800, 25%. LED intensity at 3200 is 100%. So that way you have an LED that matters. It actually tells you something. 1000 hertz polling ratio. There you go. There's all the different polling ratios. Properties. This is kind of cool. Let me go ahead and remove this so I can pretend I'm doing it the first time. Now you have your different profiles over here, and like I said, you can just set up tons of different profiles and even set up profiles for different mouses. Now let's say that okay, you have a Kana mouse profile and you want to associate that with certain games. Well, go here. Thief 3 will use that profile. Now what this does is that whenever you open up Thief 3 or whatever games you select here, it will load that profile. That way you don't have to open up the engine all the time to change profiles when you change games. It'll automatically change based on the exe file. Okay, this is kind of cool. Now this will keep track of all your button clicks. What you do is you click start here, and then you play your games. Click around for, I don't know, play Team Fortress for a couple hours. And once you're finished, hit stop, and it'll give you a readout of how many times you pushed each button. It's kind of cool. You can brag about it online, and you guys could, like, I don't know, maybe like whoever clicks the most during a game of Team Fortress wins a cheesecake. That's what I would do. Now we're looking at the white one right here. There's actually two of these available. There's a black one that's almost solid black. It's really sleek. This is one of the best looking, in my opinion, white mouses ever made. It's really, really sleek and really, really clean. I usually don't like things that are white. I'm all for things that are black, but they did make a black one with an awesome orange LED, and this was voted on by you guys. I think like 60,000 people liked it on Facebook, so that's the one they decided to go with. So you can grab the one that's good for you. But all in all, very nice, clean, minimal design, no nonsense, no extra buttons, just what you need. If you're someone who doesn't need 5,000 buttons, then this might be a good mouse for you. I'm not going to sell it too hard here. It's not what I'm doing. I mean, I liked it. I frankly like the Diablo 3 mouse even better. The texture on this...
I was surprised by how solid it was.
Yeah, it's extremely solid for the money. I guess the one thing, I'm used to more of a rubberized texture. The black model does have a rubberized texture. This one is just a glossy plastic, and it's not really, your hands don't really stick to it. My hands don't stick to it too much. I don't know, maybe in an intense gaming session. I've been playing, I actually played for a couple hours today. I played Tribes, and this didn't bother me at all. I was doing really well, and I don't have many complaints about this. I'm kind of looking for something to complain about, so maybe that's a good thing. SteelSeries Kana, very awesome mouse. See you next time.